So bad news, though it's not what you think. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Make Stuff Better. Today, part 2, working on the acceleration of my Arma Granite. So check this out. In reverse, this is all you get. We are currently running the Spektrum SLT3, which is the radio system that came with that truck. I have replaced the brush system that it had, and it now is running a Ghoul RC brushless system. You can see when I accelerate, it'll take a second, and then the slipper clutch will engage because now the engine's It's not an engine, this is electric. The motor's revved up enough to where it's creating enough power that it's overpowering the slipper clutch, but it takes a second. There should be instant slipper clutch engagement, but it just doesn't accelerate. So I've got an idea, and we're gonna see if I can fix it. I've got this Dumbo RC system. Here's the radio, receiver. I've used this in other cars. I've been really pleased with it. Great range, great responsiveness. Obviously, if you're doing high-end racing or speed runs or something, you're gonna want something a little bit better. But for something like this, I think it's exactly what we need. So let's get this old receiver out, pop this one in, and see how it does. Off a bunch of wires here that we're gonna have to redo. This is our fan wire, so relatively important, not crazy important. There we go. It's stuck down. Gotta get my unsticker here. There we go. Get these 3 things unplugged: servo, ESC, and your fan. Now we do have the antenna wire still attached. It's actually on the bottom of all of these other wires going through the receiver box. And it runs to underneath this little guy. This is going to be the hardest part about the whole thing. Turns out I have to pull the servo to get to that stupid little antenna. And this screw you just undo from the bottom side. There's a hole in the bottom of the chassis, and you just take that out that way. I'm gonna say I don't love the way Arma has done this. Like, you have to get this little wire down here, and I gotta turn around the right way. Basically come up right there so you can get all the way up through this tube. I may not stick it in there. That is terrible. Well, I did it. Not recommended. But I just put tweezers in here, put a bend in the thing, and like basically scooched it up a little bit, held it, scooched it, held it until I got it all the way up through. And wow. Yeah, not super fun. Let's get this back in there and hooked up. Receiver stuck down. Get servo in 1 to turn. ESC goes in 2 because it's 1 to turn, 2 to burn. It's all back together, back outside. I haven't even tested this yet. It works, so that's all I know. So let's check this out. So bad news, though it's not what you think. My phone died as I'm recording the footage outside, and so take it in, plug it in, and then this thing, my shock end popped out. It's not threaded, it's just pressed into there. So I'm gonna take this, we're gonna epoxy that, get it going, and then I can get some footage of this. So check that out. It's just gnarled, pushes into there. I'm opting to just push this back together instead of epoxying it. I know it's gonna come off later, I just wanna finish the video. Good as new. There is oil in here, by the way, but it's not filled from the top. It's filled from the bottom, so you need a special tool to get in there, pull that off, and then your gnarled end, like you have to pull that off to... It's not a serviceable shock by any means. Shock's back on, it's good to go. Oh, the acceleration is unmatched. So good it flips over. There's a slipper clutch again, but it's engaging so much faster. I'm probably gonna have to just get a new slipper clutch assembly. But yeah, I think we solved part of the problem. It actually is running a lot better than it was. So the spektrum system has got to go. I might use it in something else. I might give it away. We'll see. Well, we solved part of the problem. It's definitely a big part of it was the radio system. And then the reverse thing, that's just ESC programming. I got to figure out how to get full beans in reverse. In the long grass, I did test it. It goes much better in the long grass. Still cogging, so the motor is still causing a little bit of an issue with that. And maybe I can get a lower kV motor, gear it up, see how that goes. This is also only on 2S. I have run it on 3S. It's an animal. And I do need to get probably a whole new slipper clutch plate because that one is engaging again and you can hear it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.